Tampa Bay sports happen. Talk about it here.
And we're talking about it. I'm Aaron Jacobson. He's Pat Donovan. And it is time for Overreaction or Underreaction with our executive producer, Samuel L. Cohen, otherwise known as Sam Cohen. He's the guy. What's up, the guy?
You guys want to overreact or do you want to underreact?
I feel like it's a morning of overreacting. What do you guys think? Pat, you feel like overreacting today? I mean, you are going to approach the bench today later when you...
underreaction. That's an underreaction.
You're approaching the bench.
You know what? We'll kick it off with that. Approaching the bench in a court setting, overreaction or underreaction?
In traffic court, approaching the bench.
After you got a ticket that you know you said you were wrong for doing.
Just total overreaction. I wish I was there in the courtroom today. I want to see Pat approach the bench. There's going to be officers there that listen to the show. I've been in Hillsborough County in the courtroom. They're goons, and they're going to see Pat approaching the bench. Overreaction.
Did you say acknowledged you were wrong about? Because that definitely did not happen.
He will never.
Acknowledge that the cop was wrong about. I might have misworded.
I did acknowledge that the officer was wrong in this situation.
You're going to be
true. The officer was definitely wrong.
You're going to say that if you see him there. And
underreaction. Approaching the bench is a natural part of court.
Are you going to argue with the cop if he's there?
I mean, he won't be there because that's not how it works.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be there unless I took it to trial.
Right.
And then if he was there, I would tell him he was wrong, like I did the night that it happened. I knew he was behind me. And he should have been following me out of the madness that was people staring at their phones, driving 10, 15 miles below the speed limit. He should have said, thank you for getting me out of this stupid situation.
I respect all our police officers.
So do I.
All our brave.
I respected him. I was very respectful of him.
And telling him he was wrong.
I pulled off the road in a place where I knew he would be safe instead of sitting right on the road like a lot of idiots do, leaving him susceptible to traffic. I never do that.
If
I make
he
sure
said
that an officer of the law has a safe pathway out of his vehicle to mine if he needs to speak to me.
Hero, you say he's wrong. What if you get to the courtroom at some point in the later date, he looks at you and says, no, you're wrong. And then...
So respectfully, I disagree.
Oh, you wouldn't call him a liar?
Again, there wasn't a lie. He didn't, do something, he didn't, try to frame me for something. We have a disagreement about what happened that night. He's not a liar. I'm not a liar.
You just both see it differently.
Absolutely.
And that,
yeah.
Three sides to every story.
Right.
My side, your side, the truth.
But what is the truth?
I guess, who knows? Maybe we'll have footage
agree.
in court.
We agree on what happened. We disagree on whether or not it should have happened.
So you don't think it should be, even though he tells you it's a law, what you were doing you can't do, you're going, well, I should be allowed to do it, is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is he should have been more focused on the distracted drivers than the guy trying to get around them.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of an example, a big, crazy example. Not too crazy. Something along these lines where, something's a law, you don't agree with the law, so you break it, and then when an officer approaches you and you go, well, it shouldn't be a law.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I committed this crime.
Coming to a stop on a red light, if you're turning right, having to come to a complete stop is the dumbest thing of all time. If I check both ways and I see that I'm very clearly good to just keep going here,
it's like
I've gotten multiple red light tickets for that, which is horse dung.
It's like driving on the road and somebody's riding a bicycle on the road thinking they're a vehicle.
You should be able to kick
They
their
are,
tire.
actually.
I know. You hit them and they go, the officer comes and goes, you're at fault. They're a vehicle. And I go, well, they shouldn't be a vehicle. That's the argument you're making.
I couldn't agree with that more. But overreact or underreact, John Cooper is the best coach in Tampa sports history.
I'm going to say underreact. He is. Kevin Cash, and by the way, people are going to kill me for this. Kevin Cash is in the conversation. He is. And Kevin Cash to me is ahead of Joe Madden. But when it comes to all-time greats, it's Coach Cooper. You have to think of the come-up from him, where his background, where he started. And
I don't think that's part of it.
To me, to have the success of...
What makes you great is your greatness, not how you got there.
I think the story...
It's totally different.
Right. You're probably right. It's more so the story. I agree with that. Or more so what you do. But the story to me, how he got there...
If Bruce Arians wins 3 Super Bowls with the Bucs, let's say they win 3 in a row. Tom Brady comes here, they win 3 Super Bowls in a row. But he doesn't have the story that John Cooper has. Are you saying John Cooper's a better coach?
No, when your accolades win out. I said that to start. Your accolades went out, but I still think the story is a part of it. And Bruce Arians' story is awesome as well. Think about what he's had to do in taking over, being an interim coach at times, being head coach multiple places. He's, and to me, one of the greatest.
I disagree. It's a great story, and it's part of who he is, right? But it doesn't change his greatness.
All right, fine. Take that story out of it. His accolades on the ice have proven that he is the best coach in Tampa Bay sports history. Is that better for you?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not even close. It's not even close. There's no argument for anybody else. I certainly wouldn't make one for Kevin Cash because in John Cooper, you're talking about a guy who's gotten his team over the top. And in Kevin Cash's situation, in the biggest moment, he blew it.
I think Keith would say this is an overreaction, but he would go all in favor of Kevin Cash. Overreaction or underreaction? Thinking you broke your foot because a soccer ball was a little hard.
To be fair, it would be an overreaction. But to be fair, he did say he sprained his foot because we're talking about Aaron Jacobson right now.
We are.
And he came over to me. He started like, I hurt myself again. He's touching his foot. He's like, I think I sprained it. But in the interest of fairness, because I am fair, he didn't say he broke his foot. He said he sprained his foot.
In the interest of fairness, I didn't say a word about it the next day. Sometimes I'm just kind of throwing a bit out there. I'm going with it a little bit. You boys know this. And in the interest of fairness, Pat, was it me or Sam who dropped a bottle of something on their foot and was complaining about a red mark on their foot the next day?
It was bruised. It was not red. It was like blue and purple, and it was a full can.
It wasn't.
Of Raid
I talked to your
Ant
dad on the phone who told me it wasn't. Did he not?
A can of Raid Ant Killer, and it hurt like heck.
So I don't like. You're probably right. It probably did hurt.
All
but
right,
don't give me crap.
Overreaction or underreaction? My reaction to dropping a full can of Raid square on the top of my foot.
Overreaction. You were complaining about it the next day. Overreaction.
Absolute overreaction.
If you
had broken it, you do all you want. Aaron has proven that. But a bruise, whether it's a bruise or not, it's still a bruise.